Now chapter 6, application of derivatives. The topic is maximum and minimum of functions. Now most of the examples in the exercise is solved based on the concept of theorem 4, that is second derivative test. Now how this second derivative test is applicable to find the maximum and minimum value is, let f be a function defined on an interval I and C belongs to I. Let f be twice differentiable at C. Then the first condition is x equal to C is a point of local maxima if f dash C is equal to 0 and f double dash C is less than 0. The value of f of C is local maximum value of f. Now the theorem says that there is any point C in the interval I in which the function f is defined. This function f is differentiable twice at the same point C. Then in that case, the first derivative we equate it to 0, calculate the value of x, then we calculate the second derivative. Whatever the value of x we get, that value of x is kept in second derivative. After calculation, if it is less than 0 means if it is negative, then the function is maximum. And to calculate the local maximum, the value of x calculated will be kept in the function f. So this is a condition for calculating maximum value at which the function f is maximum. Now to calculate where the function is minimum, again we will equate f dash x to be equal to 0. Calculate the value of x, then we calculate the second derivative. Whatever the value of x we get is kept in second derivative. If the value of f we get it to be positive, that is greater than 0, then x is minimum. The same value of x we keep it in f, function f, and we get the local minimum. The third point is the test fails if the first derivative is 0 and the second derivative is 0. So if both the derivatives become 0, that is if the second derivative after keeping the value of x we get it to be 0, then the second derivative test fails here. We cannot judge whether it is maximum or minimum. So according to this theorem, the procedure for calculating maximum and minimum is, whatever the function is given, say fx, the first derivative is to be calculated. After finding the first derivative, we equate it to 0, that is we make f dash x equal to 0. By the equation we get the value of x. Then we calculate the second derivative. Whatever the value of x calculated is substituted in second derivative. If the second derivative gives us positive value, then it is minimum, and if second derivative gives negative value, then it is maximum. So it is just opposite to increasing and decreasing function. Exercise 6.1. Question number 1 is, find the maximum and minimum values, if any, of the following functions given by. The first one is fx is equal to 2x minus 1 raised to square plus 3. Now opening this bracket as a minus b whole square formula, we get fx is equal to 4x square minus 4x plus 1 plus 3. So simplifying it, we get fx is equal to 4x square minus 4x plus 4. Taking out 4 common, fx is equal to 4x square minus x plus 1. So this is how fx we have simplified. Now as per the rule of according to theorem 4, we need to differentiate f with respect to x. So calculating the first derivative, that is f dash x, 4 remains as it is. Derivative of x square is 2x minus 1. 1 derivative is 0. So the first derivative we got here is 4 into 2x minus 1. This we have marked it as 1. Now to calculate the value of x, the first derivative we have to equate it to 0. So equating the first derivative to 0, that becomes 4 into 2x minus 1 equal to 0, as it is the first derivative. Taking 4 the other side, we get 2x minus 1 equal to 0, and calculating the value of x, we get here x is equal to half. Once the value of x is known, wherever we have kept the first derivative, the statement which is marked as 1 is to be again differentiated. So differentiating 1 with respect to x, we get f double dash x is equal to 4 into 2, that is 8. Now as 8 is positive, that is greater than 0, f is minimum at x equal to half. So at this point where we have calculated x as half, at this point the function f is minimum. Now how to calculate this function f, the minimum value? For that we need to take it up that substituting x equal to half in fx. Fx means the original function that we have to keep it, the value. So this is 2x minus 1 whole square plus 3. That is the main f where we need to keep the value of x as half. So keeping the value, we get here as f of half is equal to 2. In the place of x, 1 by 2 minus 1 whole square plus 3. 2 and 2 gets cancelled. So 1 minus 1 makes it 0. 0 square is 0 plus 3. So the minimum value of f when x is half is 3. Question number 2 of first one, fx is equal to 9x square plus 12x plus 2. Now differentiating f with respect to x, that is a procedure that we always have to do it and then decide whether it is minimum or maximum. So function is given, calculate the first derivative. First derivative becomes x square, derivative is 2x, so 2 into 9 makes it 18x plus 12. The first derivative statement we mark it as 1. Now to calculate the value of x, first derivative is equated to 0. That is 18x plus 12 will be equal to 0. Then 18x will be equal to minus 12. And finally getting the value of x becomes minus 2 by 3. So we get here the value of x, only one value, that is minus 2 by 3. Now to find whether it is minimum or maximum, for that differentiating 1, that is the first derivative, again differentiating with respect to x. That makes it f double dash x. Now f double dash x is the derivative of 18x becomes 18. 12 derivative is 0. So only 18 we got it. As 18 is greater than 0, therefore f is minimum at x equal to minus 2 by 3. As it is positive, it will be minimum. Now to calculate the minimum value of f, the value of x equal to minus 2 by 3 is to be substituted in fx. Don't substitute in f dash. It is to be substituted in fx. Hence substituting x as minus 2 by 3 in f and calculating it, we get the value as minus 2. So minimum value of f is minus 2. Question number 3 of first one is fx is equal to minus x minus 1 whole square plus 10. Opening the bracket, x minus 1 whole square as x square minus 2x plus 1, and minus sign is already there out, plus 10. Taking minus inside the bracket, we get fx is equal to minus x square plus 2x minus 1 plus 10. So fx finally we get it as minus x square plus 2x plus 9. Now differentiating f with respect to x, we get f dash x is equal to minus 2x plus 2. Now once the fx is known to us, we always calculate the first derivative. The first derivative will be equated to 0 to get the value of x. This procedure for almost all examples we have to follow. So equating the first derivative to equal to 0, we get the value of x as 1. Now to find out whether it is maximum or minimum, again we will differentiate the first derivative, that is f dash, with respect to x to find the second derivative. So f double dash x is equal to, derivative of x becomes 1, so it remains only minus 2. Now as minus 2 is less than 0, f is maximum. Now what is the maximum value of f? For that we'll be keeping the value of x equal to 1 in f. So keeping that value, f of 1 is equal to minus, in the place of x 1 is kept, so 1 minus 1 whole square plus 10, 1 minus 1 is 0, so f of 1 is equal to 0 plus 10 and f1 is equal to 10. Therefore the maximum value is 10 when x is equal to 1. Fourth one is given as gx is equal to x cube plus 1. Now differentiating with respect to x, here already it is given in the proper form of g of x. So differentiating this function with respect to x, we get g dash x is equal to 3x square. Marking this as 1. Now to get the value of x, first derivative is equated to 0. So therefore 3x square equal to 0. We get x is equal to 0. Now differentiating 1 with respect to x to find the maximum and minimum, we'll get g double dash x, that is the second derivative. Then 3x square's derivative gives us 6x. Keeping the value of x as 0, we get the value of g double dash x is equal to 0. So g double dash 0 is 0 means it is neither minimum nor maximum. So it cannot be decided. Question number 2's first part. Here it is asked that find the maximum and minimum values, if any, of the following functions given by. The first one is fx is equal to mod of x plus 2 minus 1. Now here instead of taking up the first derivative, as we know that the mod is always greater than or equal to 0, it always gives us positive value. So we can take it directly as greater than or equal to 0 for whatever may be the value of x. So we have written here for every x belonging to R. Now mod of x plus 2 is subtracted by minus 1. So subtracting minus 1 both the sides, we get mod of x plus 2 minus 1 greater than or equal to minus 1 for every x belongs to R. Now as mod of x plus 2 minus 1 is greater than or equal to minus 1 means it is positive. Therefore, it becomes minimum value of f will be at mod of x plus 2 equal to 0. That means if it is positive, we consider it to be minimum. So mod of x plus 2 will be equal to 0. Therefore, the value of x we get it equal to minus 2. Once the value of x is known to us, to calculate the minimum value of f, the value of x equal to minus 2 is kept in f of x. Keeping the value, we get f of minus 2 is equal to mod of minus 2 plus 2 minus 1. That gives the answer as minus 1. So only the minimum value of f exists and function does not have the maximum value. So this is how the first part of question number 2 is solved. Second part of question number 2 is just similar. Again mod is given. So given part is g of x is equal to minus mod of x plus 1 plus 3. As mod is always greater than or equal to 0, that is always positive. If the mod is multiplied by minus, then it will be definitely negative, so it will be less than or equal to 0. Now adding 3 on both the sides, we get minus mod x plus 1 plus 3 less than or equal to 3. Now as the function f is becoming negative, going towards the negative side, that is left hand side of 3, it gives us the maximum value of f when mod of x plus 1 is equal to 0. So calculating the value of x from here, we get x is equal to minus 1. Keeping this value of x equal to minus 1, to calculate the maximum g of minus 1 is equal to minus mod of minus 1 plus 3, and that comes out to be 3. instead of f write here g. So the maximum value of f g becomes 3. Therefore we can say that function has the maximum value but the minimum value does not exist. Question number 3 of example number 2. It is given as hx is equal to sine 2x plus 5. Now here also we will take the range of sine. The range of sine is -1 to 1 to calculate the minimum and maximum value. So as the range of sine is -1 to 1, it is written as -1 less than or equal to sine 2x less than or equal to 1. So adding 5 with this inequality, we get -1 plus 5 less than or equal to sine 2x plus 5 less than or equal to 1 plus 5. -1 plus 5 is equal to 4 less than or equal to sine 2x plus 5 less than or equal to 6. Now just finding out the minimum and the maximum value, we have here minimum value is what? 4 and maximum value is 6. As the 4 is considered to be the minimum in inequality, so 4 becomes the minimum and 6 becomes the maximum value. Taking up the fourth one of example number 2, it is given as fx is equal to mod of sine 4x plus 3. Again taking up the range of sine as -1 less than or equal to sine 4x less than or equal to 1, adding 3. So -1 plus 3 less than or equal to sine 4x plus 3 less than or equal to 1 plus 3. -1 plus 3 gives the value 2, that is less than or equal to sine 4x plus 3 and less than or equal to 4. So if we check this inequality, the minimum value becomes 2 and the maximum value becomes 4. So this is how we have got, using the range of sine, the minimum and the maximum value. Fifth one of question number 2 is hx is equal to x plus 1. X belongs to -1 to 1. Here the interval is given. Now to find it out whether it consists of maximum and minimum value, we will differentiate h with respect to x. Differentiating h with respect to x, we get h dash x is equal to 1. We'll mark this as 1. Now to calculate the maximum and minimum value, we have to take up the second derivative. So again differentiating 1 with respect to x, we get h double dash x is equal to 0. Because it is constant, constant derivative is 0. So we can say here, as the second derivative is equal to 0, the function is neither maximum nor minimum.